Hi again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Friday, I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far, and thank you so much for joining me here today. No, your eyes do not deceive you, we are indeed building in Del Sol Valley, and it has been, oh gosh, I want to say well over a year since I've built in this world, and I don't know why I woke up this morning and I was thinking, okay, I had in my head the kind of house that I wanted to create for you all, and I had a bungalow in my mind, like a one-story family home, because I don't build them often enough, and I know how much people enjoy these one-story houses. So I thought, well, this is a really good opportunity for me to build one for you all. So I am calling this a colourful family bungalow because, as you can see, we are going really colourful on the exterior already, and we've only just started, and then the interior is super colourful, super fun, and really family friendly, and I cannot wait to show you this and share this with you all, so you'll have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. But we are working on the exterior currently, and I was working from a reference image that I found on Pinterest, so I will put that on screen for you now so that you can see what I was kind of working towards. I didn't use the reference image and sort of create exactly what I saw. I was more using it as a source of inspiration, and you can probably see from the shape and the kind of the color scheme what I was aiming for with this. The exterior is very sort of retro, as most of Del Sol Valley is. I wanted this house to be able to fit in with this world, because if you are not sort of up to date on what my plans are for the future, I am currently working on a save file. It's going to take a long time for me to release it, but it's something that I've been working on for a really long time, and I figured why not bite the bullet and just head into Del Sol Valley today and tick off one of the lots. So this is what I ended up coming up with, and I'm actually really happy with how this looks. It's a house that I can see myself playing in as well, which when I create houses, sometimes I love them, sometimes I really love them, and I can see myself creating a family and possibly moving one in here and actually playing with this myself. So that for me is like a huge thing. Anyway, so at the moment we are sifting through the debug menu from the Get Famous pack, because I was looking for something in particular, and then I realized that I actually didn't want to put that on the driveway. It was one of the like trailers that you can put, I mean, I say you put on the back of a car, obviously they're not functional. It was purely just for aesthetic purposes, but then I realised that I didn't really want to do that. So then I go back to landscaping because I was trying to decide what car I wanted to put in front of the garage, and I know it seems like such a minor thing, but as with all my builds, I wanted everything to be just absolutely perfect, so I decided to come back to that. But yes, currently working on the landscaping here, and I stick with a very basic colour scheme. So you can see we've got like obviously the greens in there with pops of white and also orange to complement the yellow siding that we used. There is a point on the exterior where I do try, I think, a blue siding and then also a pink siding. I was very close to using the pink siding, as you can see here, but I decided against it. I thought, no, I haven't actually done a pink-sided house before, so if you want to see that, I will do that on the channel, not a problem. Then I tried orange. Then at some point I think I tried the blue, and then I go back to the yellow, because I realized that I'd already fallen in love with the yellow, but sometimes I just like to make sure that that's definitely the color that I want to go for. So if you want to see me do like an orange house or a pink house, or if you want to see me do some not so berry challenge houses, I know some people have been asking for them on the channel. I would love to do some not so berry challenge houses, obviously like the mint and just whatever, so let me know. So speaking of cars, we do end up using this turquoise truck for a little while, and then I switched it out for the turquoise mini from the cottage living debug menu instead, which I think just works a little bit better than this. But if you don't have the cottage living pack, then you can just swap it out for this truck. Whatever you want to do, but this house is not pack restricted. I will always tell you when a house is pack restricted, and funnily enough, I actually tried to build a house this morning, and I tried to use Base Game, Parenthood and Seasons. I think those 3 packs work really, really well together, but I ended up scrapping it because I just didn't like how the house looked. It was nothing to do with the fact that it was pack restricted. I wasn't vibing with the house itself, so I decided to scrap that. So I will be doing a pack restricted build on the channel very shortly. I'll be doing a Base Game build on the channel shortly because I've just been invited to do a collaboration, and that will be released after the new year, I believe. I'm not going to release any details because I think it's all hush hush at the moment. Anyway, I digress. So currently adding some details to the outside of the house now. You'll see that this is when the colour and the character starts coming in. I add so many things outside. I had like a really colourful swing set, and I wanted to put across with this house that it's really family friendly, it's fun, it's colourful, and it's just, I'm vibing with it. I'm completely vibing with this house, and I really hope you all enjoy it because I really, 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 really enjoyed building this house, and I'd love to do some more 1-story houses on the channel actually, because I don't do them often enough, and they're so much fun to build, and they're fantastic for gameplay because you're not worrying about like different floors and things like that. So this is particularly fantastic for gameplay, and I need to tell you now that the living room in this house is so cute, so colourful, and just full of life and character. The kids' rooms are fantastic. Speaking of the kids' rooms, so I had in mind for this house that we have 2 parents, we have an older child, maybe child/teen, and then we have 2 toddlers. So that was what I had in mind with this house. If you have a slightly different dynamic within your families, then you can just change things up as and when you need to. But that was the family dynamic that I had in mind for this house. We also have 2 bathrooms. So we have an ensuite from the main bedroom, and then we also have a main family bathroom as well. So I was really surprised with the size of this house when I started working on the floor plan. I was like, wow, I've actually managed to fit quite a few rooms in here. So I was pleasantly surprised. It's really open, there's a lot of room, and like I was just saying, it's fantastic for gameplay. So the living room took me a little while to try and get my head around because I was trying to work out if I wanted to go super, super colourful and mismatchy and just, I don't know, like free, I guess. So I think I find a really nice balance between that and keeping it kind of not low-key, but like, you know, toned down. But compared to a lot of my other exteriors, what am I talking about? Compared to a lot of other interiors that I've done, this is extremely colourful, and I do use a lot of items. I say a lot, I use a few items from the new pastel pop kit because I thought that worked really well. I also used a few items from the new everyday clutter kit as well. So if you don't have those kits, they really don't make much of a difference to this particular house because I don't go too overboard with it, but I just thought that was worth mentioning. And here you will see me struggling trying to find a rug that I thought was going to work in this room here, and I end up using this rug but not in this swatch. I think I used like the beige swatch because it was looking just a little bit too unmatched, a little bit too colourful, like a bit juvenile, I guess, and I didn't want this house to be that. I wanted it to just be like fun and colourful, not like really young looking. Anyway, I'm probably not explaining that very well. But yes, so these are a couple of the items that I used from the everyday clutter kit. I just thought they worked so well on this wall here, and with like the little bags underneath, I'm obsessed. So yes, I really, really like that. And this is my first time using this 3-seater sofa from the High School Years pack as well. I have used the love seat many, many, many times. It's one of my favourite love seats that we have in game now. But the sofa with the throw on it is this is the first time I've used it, and I've been waiting for me to build a house where I can use this sofa, and I'm so, so glad that I've finally been able to use it because it's lovely. It comes in some really unusual, quirky swatches, but I think it works really, really well with this particular home. But you'll have to let me know what you think. There's also a TV in here, of course, and then what we end up doing on the left hand side here is adding a dining room table, but we will get onto that in just a moment. But for now, we are currently just finishing up like the living area here. I didn't want to close off the living space from the dining area just because I wanted it to be a little bit more open and a little bit more gameplay friendly, because there's quite a lot of clutter going on in this house, so I wanted to try and keep it as gameplay friendly as I could where I could. So this is what I was talking about. This is the dining room table. I really like how this looks. I believe these seats are from the Dream Home Decorator pack, although I do end up switching them out for some pink ones, and I cannot for the life of me remember which pack they're from. I think they might be from the High School Years pack. A lot of the items that come with that pack had that sort of retro-esque vibe that I was looking for. with the decor in this house, so I thought it worked really, really well. And then I struggled for just a little while trying to figure out what to put on this wall here, because I didn't want it to be too cluttered, but I also didn't want it to be too plain either, because as you can see, there's quite a lot going on with the colours and just the items in general. So I wanted it to be sort of like in keeping with the tone of the rest of the room. So I do end up deciding what to do. I don't think I spent too long on that, but then I of course use a bouquet from the debug menu in my wedding stories, and I think this is where I end up changing the seats. Yes, are they from high school years? Yes, I think they are, because I remember using them in my cafeteria in my high school build. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the right hand corner for you. I actually built a high school when the high school years pack came out, which was the biggest build I've ever attempted ever on the channel, and I was actually really proud of it, so check that out if you haven't already. But then we do end up, where do I move on to after this? I think it's the kitchen, but first, yes, it is the kitchen. It's the kitchen. I use these counters from the Dream Home Decorator pack because they are just exactly what I was looking for, and I use them just in the default swatch because I thought the colour schemes worked really, really well with the rest of the room. And again, I wanted this to just be really colourful and vibrant and happy, so this is what I ended up doing. And then I also ended up putting in these windows here because I couldn't quite work out where to fit the fridge with the other window that was there, but I think it works out really, really well. There's a lot of light coming in here, as you can see, so it's lovely, spacious, it's airy, it's colourful, it's bright, it's happy. This house makes me want to smile. That's what it is. It just makes me want to smile. So I really hope you enjoy this. I really do, because I had so much fun with it. And if you want to see any other single story houses, bungalows, whatever you describe them as, please let me know, because I don't do enough of them on the channel, and there's no excuse really. I don't know why I don't do it. It's very strange. But anyway, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. So I don't think the kitchen takes me too long, actually. I'm just having a look at the footage now. I don't think there's much longer left, to be honest, but I was initially going to put a small dining table in this corner here, but I ended up putting a little seat, just so maybe like if the parents are cooking, then the kids can come in and sit on the seat and just catch up on their days or whatever. I just thought that was a really sweet idea. But and then I was struggling with which blinds to put on these windows. Now initially I was thinking, okay, we'll just leave the windows open because they're so pretty. Like, the windows are absolutely gorgeous. They're from the Get Famous pack. I was trying to think which pack they're from. They're from the Get Famous pack, which I think works really, really well given that we're building in Del Sol Valley, which is the world that came with the Get Famous pack. And it's also been a really long time since I've used these windows, so I thought, what better way to utilise them than in this house? I also envisioned this family possibly has a dog or a cat, so I do end up adding a pet bowl in the kitchen, which is something that I'm trying to do more and more and more, because I think a lot of people play with pets, or at least I think a lot of people play with pets. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think a lot of you play with pets, so if you don't have a pet, or if you don't have pets, then the cats and dogs pack, then the bowl and the rug, they just won't appear. So then we do work on the first children's room here. So this is the room that I envisioned the older child / teen lived in. I didn't have a particular gender in mind. I just went nuts on the colours. So there's a lot of blues, greens, yellows, like splashes of pink and orange, I think, in here as well. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember. So let's go on this journey together. So anyway, I really enjoyed doing this, and I've talked about this on the channel before, but I love doing kids' rooms, and they're my favourite rooms to decorate, I think, in any house or apartment. I love them so much, and that's one of the reasons that I love doing family apartments or houses, because you can have so much fun with the items and just decorating kids' rooms. So please let me know what you think of this room. Is it colourful enough for you? That's the first question, isn't it? So I hope it is, because there's a lot of colour going on in here. I just wanted it to be in keeping with the rest of the house, you know, the happiness and the colourfulness. So yes. And then I do end up adding a lovely desk from the High School Years pack with the gaming PC on. I put a lot of clutter on here from the Everyday Clutter pack, and also from I don't think I used any clutter from the Pastel Pop kit. We shall see. I don't think I did anyway. There's lots of posters on the wall, and there's like a colouring table here as well. It's just so much fun. Look how much fun your sim can have in here. And I know I said maybe they're a teen. I think in my head they probably were a child, because as you can see, there's like a colouring station which can only be used by children. But if you do have a teen, then just delete that. It will not be a problem. Or you could keep it there and maybe their siblings could come in and use it. That is entirely up to you. So then I end up just adding some more clutter to this room just to finish everything off, and it's just, I love this so much. That everyday clutter pack, or kit, sorry, just saves the day. If you've got like a little weird sort of corner that you haven't been able to quite put anything on, it just saves the day. Like the little post-it notes with the pens on, it's just lovely. I love it so much. And this is where I envisioned the twin toddlers in. Now, it's been a long time since I've done a toddler's room, so I may have gone a little overboard with this room. You will see exactly what I mean as we progress through this, but bear with me, because it's supposed to be fun and colourful. Okay, I think I just took it too far. I took it way too far, but it's all right. Hopefully you enjoy it. And the whole point of toddlers' rooms is that your toddlers have fun in here. They're going to make a lot of mess, and they're not toddlers for very long either, so I just wanted it to be a really nice space. I'm just hoping that we achieved that with this room. I think we did. I had a lot of fun. I think you can tell that I had a lot of fun with this house as well, and using colour schemes that I don't normally use, and just kind of letting myself be a bit more free with the colours and the items that I'm using. So it was really refreshing for me to do this house as well. So I had a lot of fun. So as you can see, it's already cluttering up. It's already getting very colourful. So, I told you it was bright. You might want to put your sunglasses on for this room because it's blinding. But yes, I really like it. It's not very often I get to do rooms like this. I try not to go too OTT with my kids' rooms, but sometimes I just can't help it. And today I was feeling in a very colourful mood, clearly, so enjoy it while it lasts. So let me know what you think in the comments down below with this. Should I have toned it down? I won't take offence if you tell me that I should have done, because I think looking back I could have maybe even just changed the wallpaper maybe to like a cream one. I think would have taken a lot of the the blinding colour away. But anyway, if you want to tone it down, then please feel free to do so. These toddlers even have a penguin TV. Look at this. Like, how awesome is that? And I also love the owl artwork as well from the werewolves pack just behind the TV as well. I thought that just added a little bit of something to the room. I really enjoyed that. I'd love to do like a woodland themed kids room. I think I've done it before, but like ages ago, and I think we've got a lot of items in the game now that would just add to it. So yes, that's that room done. We now move on to the main bedroom, and I did very quickly just save my game because it was doing that really annoying laggy thing, you know, like where you pick up an item and it just sort of like chugs along for a sec, so you have to like open up the main menu and it just seems to disappear. I cannot believe they haven't fixed that yet. It's so annoying, but hopefully it will come in a future pack. We can all hope. We can keep our fingers crossed, can't we? Anyway, so yes, this is the main bedroom. This room is much like a lot of my other main bedrooms. If you're returning to the channel, I openly admit that my main bedrooms aren't the most inspiring rooms in any of my builds, and I don't think this is an exception. This is just, I don't know, it's all right. It's not as colourful as the rest of the house, but maybe the parents that live here, they just, I don't know, they let the kids sort of like not take over the house, but you know, they've got like toys in the living room and things like that, and maybe this room is their oasis, their escape, and their chance to just relax. So maybe they wanted some slightly more muted colours in their room. I don't know. I think it was that's just an excuse for me to be slightly lazy. Who knows? But yeah, it's okay. It does the job. It's functional, and it has a little ensuite on it as well, which is really useful. So it was really important for me to get 2 bathrooms in this build, actually, because obviously with there being potentially 5 Sims here, yeah, it was just really important for me. So this is the main bathroom. Again, look how colourful this is. It's so nice. It's just, I love doing colourful builds because it blasts me back to my very early building days when I used to play like The Sims 3, and then when I started playing The Sims 4. And it just blasts me back to that because I used to like use the most colourful swatches of every item and then just purposefully not match it up, and it was just like rainbows in every room. So it kind of blasts me back to that. Anyway, I think I failed to mention that this house also has a garage, and the garage is completely functional. We do have a washer and a dryer in here as well. I thought that was quite important for this family, because if you noted on the outside of the house, we do have a washing line. So I thought it was really important to have a washer and a dryer in there. And by the way, if you heard like some sort of strange noise in the last 10 seconds, my dog has just like shaken himself off near my microphone, and I'm not convinced I'm going to be able to edit that out. So I do apologise. And yes. So anyway, I've got them both in here with me, and I've had to keep stopping because they just can't control themselves. They've got to make noises. They've got to like be like wanting attention all the time. So normally they're not in here with me, but my husband isn't home at the moment, so I'm trying to record this and get it done. And now he's sat next to me whining, so they're probably hungry. Anyway, so the garage is really cool. Actually, it's a really cool space. I don't normally add garages to my builds, but I do every once in a while, and it's really nice when I do, because it's just a really nice space. I envisioned that like the family can come in here and like they can play ping pong, and obviously we've got like the Christmas decoration box there as well, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, if you want to turn this into a functional space, you could split it down into 2 bedrooms or like make it a bar or something like that. But I just wanted it to be more like not a storage space per se, but like, I don't know. Anyway, now we're moving on to the back garden, and we are almost finished with the build. So we just end up having a pool here and then some like seating areas, and it's just a really cool space. But anyway, I'll start wrapping up now. But you can get this house from the gallery right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box below. You can get them for free from Sim File Share. But I just wanted to thank you all so much for joining me here today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if you're going to download this house, or just what your thoughts are. Let me know what you want to see in our next video as well. I am day off next Tuesday, so I want to sit down and record something on camera, but I'm not entirely sure what. Should we renovate a base game build or do a shell challenge or something like that? Anyway, let me know. But yes, thank you very much for joining me here today. You all take care, and I will see you next time I post a video. Bye.